Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you along. Okay, whipping through some readings today because I've got to go pick up Spot from the vets. He's underwent surgery this morning he had this in his mouth, and the vet came yesterday, the home vet, because we always get the home vet for him. And had a look and said, oh, it could be this or could be that. Well, it turns out that very possibly, what it turns out is he has an abscessed canine, quite a bad abscessed canine, which took us by surprise because he's still on his food, doesn't knock his food back, and is chirpy and happy and everything like that. So they're removing the tooth, cleaning it out, but they are going to check, do x-rays and stuff to make sure that there was no underlying cause of that abscess forming. So awesome news, best possible. Awful still, but best possible. Better than having cancer of any sort, or autoimmune disease. So just going to go and pick him up before too much longer, and the poor little chappie will be a bit drowsy. So and sore and sorry for himself. Okay, what I'm going to have a look at in this particular reading is I am going to have a look at, it's something that's really grabbed my attention. I'm not doing so much the he said, she said readings. I'll leave that to other readers. There's lots of amazing other readers out there, and I believe quite a few of them already have read on the Texas Democrats walking out. So go and check some other readers out in regards to that. But what's really grabbed my attention is the order that came from the White House to decommission two still perfectly viable and active satellites. So the order was made to NASA to present how they will decommission fairly quickly these two satellites. Now, these two satellites are greenhouse gas monitoring satellites that monitor worldwide and to report on climate, weather, crops, CO2, carbon dioxide levels, ocean currents, you name it, anything to do with potential greenhouse gases. Now, the farming industry across the world, but very much in the United States, rely on the information that comes from these satellites as to when they're going to plant, what conditions they are going to expect going forward. So it's really concerning that the order has come through to decommission. And decommission basically means order these satellites to fall out of the sky. So I just want to see, now it is NASA, not SpaceX or anyone of that ilk. So it's not private industry. This is a government department that they're all, oh gosh, the Tower card. Do not be surprised that this is ordered. However, NASA might go and hide for a while. Those that are involved might go, oh, we haven't finished the report yet. They might procrastinate a bit and delay with that Four of Swords. So let's have a look. The order has come through to submit a report on how to rapidly decommission these satellites. Are they going to? Is NASA going to comply? Now, we know that this is because the Orange Twerp couldn't possibly have any information come out about climate change because, according to him, it's all fake and a hoax. Surprisingly, though, that the weather is changing dramatically, and that is one of the major symptoms of climate change. And the tipping point temperature is arriving a lot quicker than the scientists predicted. So, let's have a look. You know, he's very anti-renewable energy because he's got all his fossil mates. Although the fossil fuel industry is shifting over to renewable, including the Saudis. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. What's NASA going to do? Using the Light Seers Tarot, if you're following the decks, what is NASA going to do in regards to this decommission order? What is NASA going to do in regards to this decommission order? Are they going to abide by it? Are they going to stall? What are they going to do? Let's have a look. You've got to remember, these are career scientists. They're probably the ones that sent the satellites up in the first place. They're not lackeys. I did want to have a look at the Federal Reserve Governor, but I might put her off to tomorrow. What is the NASA scientist going to do? Okay, first card out, the Justice card. Actions having consequences, weighing up, drawing the sword of truth, but also being able to look at oneself in the mirror. So at the moment, they're weighing up I'm just going to say they're weighing up their options because they know the truth. These two options, these two crucibles are on this sword of truth, hanging from this sword of truth, one from the sheath, one from the sword itself, one from the hilt. They're weighing up their options because they know the truth and they have to live with themselves, basically. They have to be able to look at themselves in the mirror of a morning. So they're weighing up their options. It's a nightmare situation with that. What's that? 5 of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety about this. I do wonder whether you've got blood spilt here, but you've got here possibly going public across the airways. It's a lot of anxiety as they try and contemplate. This is here and now energy underneath because they know the reality of it. These aren't lackeys that are sort of half sozzled in their whiskey bottle like Hegseth and Pereiro and all the rest of it. These are career scientists who have devoted their life to this research. They're challenged by the Page of Cups, and I think what it is they've literally had their feet swept out from underneath them. So this is the challenge for them. They've literally found themselves with their feet taken out from underneath them, and it was an unexpected order. So they've got to work out how to deal with it. So yeah, okay. The foundation, the energy they're stewing in, the hermit, the isolation, the introspection, the knowledge that they have, retreating. So they might just go quiet for a bit, not answering emails or something, as they contemplate because this is the here and now, contemplate what course of action they can take going forward, because they know within themselves the reality. And it doesn't matter how much you try and cover up and doctor and suppress. The truth is the truth is the truth. The reality is the reality. Tornadoes and hurricanes will be more ferocious and more frequent. Flooding will be more dramatic. Droughts will be more severe. That's what climate change is, and it doesn't. You can't suppress the Earth doing, Mother Earth doing what Mother Earth needs to do to protect herself. Doesn't matter how many air-conditioned offices you sit in. Okay, in the past, the world, this is a worldwide scenario. The world relies on the information that comes from these satellites. The whole world, not just the United States. So for the Orange Twerp to be ordering the decommissioning, it affects the whole world. Okay, crowning this reading, the Ten of Swords, feeling stabbed in the back, letting go of that truth and walking over into a new horizon. There might be a swag of resignations that come up potentially, because they're just going to feel like they've been betrayed, literally stabbed in the back. They might then let the truth out and walk away. Ten of Swords. The immediate future, sitting in the bubble, ignoring the messaging that's coming forward, delay tactic. Externally, the Seven of Pentacles, planting the seeds to go forward, planting the seeds and nurturing. They might be working with overseas entities to replace these satellites. Let's see how we go. Internally, the end. Death and rebirth. Endings and beginnings, endings for a new beginning, endings and beginnings. But planting the seeds here, okay. They might be looking at transferring the they're potentially delaying while they transfer this information to another country or for satellites from another country. Hopes and fears, the King of Pentacles, we know who that is. It's the orange twerp as he sees himself. The outcome, dancing the tune of the devil. The seductive, come this way, don't rock the boat, do what you're told path, which just leads to despair. The devil. However, we've then got the King of Cups, the emotionally mature, negotiator, diplomat, leader, stability. So I think they're going to go elsewhere. And then you have the inspirational female, the Queen of Wands. So the King of Cups, Queen of Wands leading the way. Yeah, and the Knight of Swords getting on their bike and going with this truth. And then you've got the Empress, Mother Earth, birth of something new, just incubating the earth, nurturing the earth. And then we've got the Ten of Cups, coming together with community. You know, again, end of a cycle, but this is very much about coming together for the children. It's this. We don't inherit the country, the world. We don't inherit the world from the earth from our parents. We are there to be protectors of it for our children. And then we've got temperance, the balance and moderation. Then we've got the Ten of Cups as well. Look at all these tens. So endings and beginnings. I think what's going to happen is the scientists that are involved, yeah, we've got this going overseas. I've got that the scientists that are involved are going to take their transfer data, information, programs, whatever they need to do elsewhere, and then do not be surprised if they resign en masse. Do not be surprised if that big yes card with that sun, do not be surprised if they resign en masse and head overseas. And here we've got the new career, the new plan, a new passion after this ending, new beginning. So I'm just going to say, I think that's what's going to happen. I might just do a little quick story tell. If you like these cards, no pressure whatsoever. If you go to the ... more, you'll find a link there for sale and Etsy. Just some storytelling cards. Yeah, it's a crossroads point with this king energy, this wannabe king. So let's have a look. Oh, they're a little bit slippery. I think I went matte and they're still slippery. Let's have a look. No pressure whatsoever to buy. That's just if you like them. It's a suggestion. Okay, let's have a look. They are storytelling cards rather than tarot or oracle. So let's have a look. Show me the story of this order to decommission these two, very active. I mean, they've still got years, and there was the aeroplane heading overseas. Right, I'll take that one. These two very active satellites that are still, I think, have years and years and years of life in them because they monitor the greenhouse gases, but they are worldwide. So the networks, the science, it's all about the science. Oh, we've got that leader again on the bottom. I'm just curious. Leader and wealth making a lot of noise. I'm just going to leave those there on the bottom. But let's have a look. This is about the science. You cannot deny the science. The science is the science. Now, when science gets disproved and updated, that's how science works. It gets tested to make sure that the theories are correct. It's not a wish fulfillment or anything. It is science, but we've got the networks here as well. So I suspect they're already networking what to do with this. Networks plus giving help. Yeah. The story of this, things are going to flip. The poverty card and the main female. Why have I got the poverty or the smoke burning? Oh, this is fossil fuels here. I suspect they're talking to a quite high up female leader, possibly Ursula von der Leyen, although there are some amazing female leaders, including the in Mexico. So I don't know who this female leader is, but may even be female scientists who may be the lead of this team. But it's to do with the fossil fuels is why they want them out. Okay, if you've got a smoke burning car there. Right, heading overseas en masse due to the restrictions that are currently taking place. Some might find they get tossed in jail actually for defying orders, but the future on this is not yet written. It's still in progress. It may even be that some are going overseas to have discussions in order to move like entire departments overseas. But this is the masses heading overseas. Okay, we've got the feminine energy. Yes, it's telling me we're right. And the abundance. The loyalty is gone. There is no loyalty left. The loyalty is empty. And loyalty to NASA or to the United States by these scientists is in the past. There is no such thing as loyalty anymore. Loyalty is not a one-way street. There's no loyalty anymore. With peace, working hard, leap of faith. Because I think you will find that the NASA scientists are a peaceful bunch. They understand that the globe, the world, Mother Earth, Gaia, however you like to pronounce, whatever name you call her by, is a closed environment, and whatever happens here affects whatever is over there. They understand that. They are working hard and they're taking a leap of faith in whatever this next action is. We've got the devil, we've got the light bulb, the clock is ticking. So he's got this idea. He's got this idea in his head to do with the satellites, the rockets. Whatever this bright idea he had at 2 a.m. Oh, someone's planted it in his mind. Oh, if we destroy the satellites that report on the carbon dioxide and climate change issues, climate change doesn't exist anymore. It's that sort of idiocy that he seems to have had some sort of epiphany. Yeah, the key and comfort. Denial is very comforting, and that's what he's in. He's had some sort of idea that if we take these satellites out of commission and they don't report on it, therefore it doesn't exist, and we can all sleep well at night and be comfortable in our CO2 spewing vehicles or whatever it is, industries. Right, the families. Bullseye, rebuilding, anger, go, and celebration. What I'm getting from this is the scientists and their families will be heading overseas right on as they rebuild this program. And somebody's going to be a bit angry about it as this goes forward in another country, and this other country will be celebrating that it will be them. If I keep going, we've got the downward of security, justice, and fear. We've got the intertwining of the dark energies that will affect the country. I mean, the farmers rely on this reporting. Downward pressure on the security and the balance of our environment. Out of fear. Like, you don't need to fear it. Just do something about it. But this intertwining, and I'm going to say between the orange twerp and whoever's wanting to dictate this to him, whoever this dark energy is, it's going to affect the country and the farmers. So I'm just going to put it out there. I think the scientists, do not be surprised, they will delay while they set up elsewhere, because none of this happens overnight. And it will be yet another industry that the United States loses. I'm just going to put it out there, because once they go, they ain't coming back. Don't think they're not going to come back. And as I said on the bottom, we had this king, this wealth, and making a lot of noise. So that's what I'm getting. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to check and see how Spotty's going. Love to you all, and I shall catch you tomorrow, where I'm going to note down the Federal Reserve to have a look and see what else happens between now and then. Okay, take care and look after yourselves. Bye-bye.